Hello and welcome to the fourth episode of a late night car thing. And this week, just like the last week, we are probably going to be talking about the new BMW. And this week it's the BMW i7. BMW just unveiled the new i7, which was leaked some weeks ago, even some months ago. We've kind of seen how the prototypes looked, so we had some idea, but it's controversial. The face at least is controversial. I think it doesn't look that bad apart from the face. Apart from the face, the side profile is really reminiscent of the E38, the E38 7 Series from way back when, which was sharp and rectangular and linear. So they've kind of brought that back to this one, but it's come with an ugly face which no one is a fan of. The massive grille, which is also illuminated this time with the divided headlights like the X7. Actually, let me just go through some of the comments on this. I read some comments on the first day of unveiling, and there was one comment that stood out to me, and then that's the one I'm trying to find. Chris Bangle is absolutely howling from laughter right now. Yeah, a lot of people gave him shade for designing the 5 Series, which people thought looked weird back then, but then as the times moved on, it looked pretty, even today it looks kind of modern. Someone here said the 7 Series once was the most beautiful sedan ever made, now becoming the worst automobile ever. I see where these comments are coming from. It looks like a North Korean knockoff of a Chinese knockoff of a BMW. Yeah, what he's saying is not wrong. It's not a knockoff, but then it does have Chinese and Korean influences, probably because the BMW design team has got some new members in it who are from China and also from Korea, so that DNA is now getting into the BMW design. That kind of boggles my mind a little bit, because when I used to study for becoming a designer, I always read how companies are so protective and very proud of their design language and their DNA, and they would hire only the designers from that country. So Italian brands would only hire Italian designers, German brands would only hire German designers, so that the design is intact, the DNA is there. And I think that's lacking nowadays, and it's kind of a conglomeration of each bits from here and there, because there's so many people from so many countries in these teams, so it's hard to point the design in one direction. I firmly believe that each company should follow their DNA and be proud of their identity. There was some comment here, I don't know where it's gone now, but somebody there was saying that this makes the M3 look like art. I have to agree with that. After seeing the face of the new i7, the BMW M3's face immediately looks massively better. The side profile is pretty good. The side profile is really good actually. And I love the E38, so I like that direction over here. It's just the face, it's just the grille and then the headlights divided, and then the whole, just the face is not my favorite. There's also somebody on Instagram tried to bring the headlights together, and it looks like a Rolls Royce. Maybe that's what they're trying to do. The back looks good, the side looks good, the interior is gorgeous. Even the ambient lighting is really good, especially in this the light gold. I don't care about the screen in the back, the massive cinema screen. I mean, I'm okay with the screen, but it's not my favorite thing. Looks really fancy. The interior is so good. Why did they ruin the car with that face? It was on its way to become one of the best looking 7 Series, but then... Oh, enough about the i7. Another new exciting thing, the Supra. The Supra is coming in manual. I'm not a big fan of the new Supra, but getting a manual is a good news. Who knows, some people might go for it over the automatic. A lot of people say save the manual, me included, but then not everybody goes and buys it. They say save the manual, but then they buy an automatic. So I understand that, because daily life, if you can only have one car, it's easier to drive an automatic every day. But yeah, Supra with a manual would be something exciting. Cars are getting too fast, and manual is one way to enjoy and savor even the slow drives. Even if you're within the speed limits, you still find it really engaging and rewarding to drive, especially on the mountain roads.
Or an upshift for that matter. The manual gearbox is very egalitarian like that. You don't have to possess nerves of steel or the car control of Ari Vatanen to appreciate a nice gear shift. Every stop or junction you come to, there's that balancing act between left and right foot to slowly bring the plates together. My favourite shift? The 1 to 3rd in a regular 5 or 6 speed H pattern. I love the feeling of the springing helping you across the gate on the way up, and then the punch forward from 4th on the way down.
Another exciting thing, the Mercedes EQXX. It was a study to see how far they can go with a single charge, and their goal was to achieve 1,000 kilometers, and they actually exceeded that on their first try, and they did it really easily. And that's exciting because this car proves that lightness is the key, and it's also such a good looking car. They made the EQS saying it's aerodynamic and it looks like an egg, but then this comes along and this actually looks contoured. It looks so good. This looks like it's been styled instead of just molded by software. So while I hate the EQS and the EQE, I'm a big fan of the EQXX. Even the interior is another story. But yeah, I'm really proud of Mercedes for making the EQXX. Kind of reminds me of that concept they had where the tail would come out at the back. But this actually looks better in real life, and this has a far better interior. A linear screen, just clean, and three outlets for AC and a simple steering wheel. This is what they should be doing instead of the hyper screen crap. This one is a short one. This is it for episode 4, and yeah, these are the things I loved to see this week, and yeah, I'll see you back in the next one. Bye.